Well, thank you very much. The name of my presentation is Breaking Down the Barriers to Assistive Technology. The main aim of this is just to kind of show the things that are available commercially that you can set up very kind of cost effectively and easily. So I set up a website called assistivetech.co.uk to bring all this information together so that people can access it and hopefully get some help out of it. So my plan for my presentation, I'm going to start with a little bit about me, talk about how I control my computer, talk about what assistive technology I have at home. So we'll start with a little bit about me. So I have a Bachelor of Commerce degree and I specialised in Management Information Systems in my final year. I studied that down in UCD in Dublin. So once I graduated from Dublin, I went to Australia and backpacked a bit, and I did a lot of sailing when I was down there. I was actually captain of the sailing team in UCD. So after Australia, I went to America, where I ended up crewing yachts professionally. So we would do a lot of racing or cruising as well. So we spent our winters in the Caribbean and and summers in the Mediterranean sailing around. And we even sailed through the Panama Canal to New Zealand via Galapagos, the Tuamotus, Fiji and Tonga. So I had an accident in April 2014 in Antigua. I dove into the water at Pigeon Beach and managed to get a C4 burst fracture. So I had my neck stabilised in Antigua, and then the next day they had surgeons flown in from Trinidad who stabilised my neck and operated to fuse my C3, 4 and 5 together with plates and screws. So I spent a total of 5 days in Antigua, and then I was medevaced up to Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. So I spent 6 weeks in ICU in Miami and then moved to rehab in Jackson Memorial again. So that was 11 weeks in Miami and then transferred to the Musgrave Spinal Unit where I spent 10 weeks there and then moved home in August of that year. So I'll take you through how I can control my computer at the moment. So it was very much a trial and error type of thing. We tried a variety of different ways. The first one was drag and dictate, and as anybody that's probably tried to use dictation software, it is quite difficult to pick up a Northern Ireland accent. So it would work for some things, but then it would pick up, and you had to kind of speak with a little bit of an American accent to get that to work. So once I got to get a little bit more return in my arm, I was able to use a mobile arm support with the stylus. But the problem with that was it was quite difficult to type out any sort of emails, and also your arm would get quite tired, so you couldn't really use it for that long. The next thing I found was these glasses that I'm wearing at the minute. They're called Glasshouse. So I found them on a crowdfunding website. So the glasses work as it's really just a frame and a bite clicker. So you move your head side to side to move the cursor, and then you bite to click. And it connects to the computer via Bluetooth. So it works with the computer or an iPad or works with a computer or a tablet or Android phone. It doesn't work with iPads or iPhones, and that's really due to Apple kind of making it quite difficult to connect things to them. So it was designed in Turkey by a young guy whose friend had done the exact same injury to themselves, and he wanted to figure out a way that he could use his phone or his computer. So he had designed it in Turkey and had it made in China. and it is rechargeable, so I just charge it up every night, and then it's ready to use the next day. So I'll just bring you through what assistive technology I have at home. So we'll just start here and say, like, what is assistive technology? One of the definitions I found was it is any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially, modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of individuals with disabilities. So that's quite a long, convoluted definition, but it can be anything from low tech, such as straw clips. So I spent about 2 years getting either mum or dad or my brother or somebody to hold a cup of tea for me. And it was only after a while I figured out there must be a better way to do this. So even just, I googled straw clips and it came up with these little red clips that, when paired with a long straw, I could have my cup of tea or coffee on my table here and drink it as slow or as fast as I wanted to. Or this can go through to more high-tech things, such as the Amazon Echo that I use to control different things in the house. So I'm sure you've all seen the ads for the Amazon Echo on the TV screen. So basically it is a hands-free speaker that you control with your voice. There are 5 different models of it. The cheapest one's the Echo Dot, and it retails for around £50. Or if you can get it in the sales, in the Black Friday sales, they're for sale for £35. There's a slightly bigger one for £90 that does exactly the same functionality, but it has a larger speaker for playing music. The next one up is the Echo Plus, and it has a hub built in it that will allow you to control light bulbs and things. And then the last 2 is the Echo Spot and the Echo Show. So these have screens on them that work as like a webcam, so you can call each other using, just like you would if you're using Skype. So they all connect to the Alexa voice service in the cloud, and you can use it to do a variety of different things. It can tell you the weather. You can manage your calendar by adding an event to it, or you can ask it, what's in my calendar, and it will read your next 5 events you have. It can tell you the news. You can ask it when the next Liverpool game is, or it's useful for, you can ask what time it is in New York, or just doing handy conversions, like you can ask it what is 5 kilograms in pounds. You can use it to set a simple alarm, or use it as a kitchen timer. One of the things I use all the time is it has a radio function in it, so you can say, Alexa, play BBC Radio Ulster, and you'll be able to hear the radio station. If you have the music subscription, you can make it play your favourite artist. You can say, play me music by Hugo Duncan, and that will come up if that's your thing. You can also use it for making calls or controlling smart home systems, which I will go into a little bit more detail now. So the different smart home things you have, I mentioned earlier, are you can have your bulbs controlled by Alexa, or the heating as well. You can ask what the temperature is, or turn the temperature up for me. Or, as I said, with the Echo Show and the other Echo, you can have it hooked up to TV cameras so you can see what's happening in your house, or you can use it to check up on someone. Say you've got somebody elderly that you'd like to keep an eye on. You can just, with the help of these, you can call into their house and you can see what's going on. They are coming up with a new Connect, which will allow you to connect to your Amazon Echo to your house phone, so you can use it to answer or make calls, which is great for somebody that has reduced mobility like myself. Or they're also coming up with a new thing they're trialing in America, where they are marketing it at the moment where it's, instead of leaving the parcels outside, they would go to your house and you would give them access. So they'd be able to open the door through the keypad, and then there'd be a webcam there as well, so you can see them coming into your house and dropping off the parcel. But I think it would also be good for letting carers into your house or other family members that might not have a key. So the Amazon Echo is really easy to set up. If you can download an app onto your phone and set that up, you'll be able to set up the Amazon Echo. So once you get the Echo from Amazon, I said you just download the app, it will bring you through the configurator, you connect it to the internet, and then you can work it straight away just to ask for things like music, weather, or more information like that. So one of the things I found great at the beginning was just to increase my independence was I would have it in the living room. So in the living room I'd have one of the little Echo Dots which go for £50, or they do reduce down to at least £35, lowest I've seen them at. And I have that hooked up to a Wi-Fi smart plug. So they're around £25, or you can get cheaper ones for 15. So that's just set up with an app, and you can use it to control anything that it will be plugged into, and then you hook it up to your Amazon Echo. I'll just show you the video here, is how it works to control a lamp.
Echo, turn on coffee table lamp.
Okay.
Echo, turn off coffee table lamp.
Okay.
So that's just a real simple kind of example of it, and you can see in the bottom left there is the Wi-Fi plug. So the next one is how I use it to control the TV. This is another hub called Logitech Harmony Hub, and it retails for around £90. So first of all, you set it up with your favorite channels and how you turn on the TV, and then the next thing you connect it to your Amazon Echo, all just done through the apps, and then it is ready to control your TV. So here's a little video showing you how it works.
Turn sky on.
Okay.
So once I ask it to turn Sky on, it will turn on the TV, turn on the Skybox and the soundbar.
Echo, turn on Sky Sports News.
Okay.
Echo, turn on Discovery Channel.
Okay.
So prior to this, I was always calling on somebody to come in and help me how to set these things up now. But now I can just go in and control the TV and the lights by myself, just to give me a little bit more independence. So the other room I have well set up with this would be in my bedroom. It's a slightly different setup. I have the larger Amazon Echo because I like to listen to music in my room. And then I have a different hub called Broadlink RM Pro. This, the Echoes don't have any sort of infrared capabilities, so they use the different hubs to do this. The Broadlink will learn infrared remotes, and it uses an Android device, so I use an old phone, and that acts as the link between the Amazon Echo and the Broadlink for your, so you basically have it learn the infrared signals, And then the Android device links your voice commands through Echo to the hub. I have it controlling, I have a fan heater, and then also the Possum Primo bed controller, so I can move my bed up and down. So that hub is cheaper, it's only £25, but you do need the Android device. And I also have it controlling the light switches from my room. So I'll just show you the video here of what it can do in my room. The door is automatic on a proximity sensor.
Alexa, turn on bedroom lights. Alexa, turn on light.
So you can see on the bedside cabinet the Amazon Echo, and then
Alexa, turn the top of the bed on. Alexa, turn the top of the bed off. Alexa, turn fan on. Alexa, turn fan off.
So I have the bed set up just to move those little bits, because it's more so whenever I'm in bed, and if I wake up at night time, I'd be able just to move the bed up slightly or down slightly just to change position, and hopefully get back over to sleep again. So one of the other things that people would also ask would be how to keep in contact with other people, like just really how to use a phone or to make calls. So there's a variety of different ways of making calls with the Amazon Echo. As I mentioned before about the Amazon Connect, it is being launched soon. I think it's out in America at the moment, but there are quite a number of ways that you can make calls already just from your Echo. So the app is on your phone and it connects to the contacts, so you can see the other people who have Alexas in your contacts, so you can call them through that or via the app on your mobile. You can use your device to go Echo to Echo. You can either send calls or messages that way. You can also go from your Echo to the Alexa app on somebody's mobile phone, or you can use it as an intercom system within your house. Or there is another way to do it, would be, I'll show it to you later, it's called Ask My Buddy. And basically you set up a personal support network, and if you're having difficulties you can ask it to alert your buddies and it will send them a message. So here's an example of just use a call between Echo devices.
Echo, call Lorraine.
Calling Rowan.
It's Gareth works at home.
Alexa, answer. Hey Gareth. Good.
So that is me calling my sister who is in Scotland. The next one here shows a call from, I have the Alexa app on my dad's phone, so I can call from the Echo device directly to his mobile.
Echo, ring Dad.
Calling Dad.
The next thing you can do as well is we use it as an intercom.
Echo. Drop into kitchen.
So the other handy use for the intercom system is between rooms at night time. So prior to this, we would have used a baby monitor from my bedroom going into my parents' room. So if I was having any difficulties at night, I could ask them to come and help me out. But the problem with that is that it's on all the time. So if I was snoring, they could hear me snoring. Or it meant as well I couldn't turn the TV on at night time because it would be playing in their room as well. Whereas now I just ask to drop into their room and I can ask them to come and help me out. So the next one I talked about was Ask My Buddy, and it is a personal support network. So you set up your contacts. So here's an example. I have dad, mum, and my brother. And you put in you can have their email address, their text number, and their phone number. So if I have any problems, I can ask my buddy to send them a message.
Alexa, ask my buddy to alert everyone.
Okay, I sent an alert to Harry for Dad and Mum.
So that is sent a text message to people I have set up there, and then it will send them a message saying that I've asked my buddy to get in contact with them and to come and see what's wrong with me. This service is free for up to 10 messages per month, or you can pay, I think it's $3.50 for up to maybe 100 messages or whatever. So the next way is how to use a phone or a tablet. This next video shows the setup of, it's called Sesame Enable. So it uses the webcam on the phone to track your movements. So just by moving your head side to side, it figures out where the mouse is. You're trying to get in contact, or you're trying to, you hover over something and then it pops up and lets you click it. This is great as well for people who are on ventilators, because the voice recognition doesn't pick up through the noise on the ventilator as well. So this was designed for a man on a ventilator, now it's all commercially available. So something that is built into a lot of Android devices already is Google Assistant.
Okay, Google. Call home.
So this is something that is on most modern Android devices, and you can ask it to do a wide variety of things. And that one is just with calling home. The next one is a new app that Google has come up with specifically for people with motor difficulties. Yeah, just go back ahead. Okay, yeah, so once it's activated, it will bring up a series of numbers on the screen. So here I'm trying to send my brother a message, so I say 21, and it will open that up. and I want to choose number 7 to send a message. And then you dictate the message, it will type it into it. And then number 26, so click on that and that would send it. And that's a freely available app just to download from the App Store. So the next thing I'm going on to now is how I have modified the drone to fly it by myself. So I have a little video here, we'll show you a bit more about it. So I'll just fire through this. This is how we've modified the controller with ping pong balls, and it's mounted to a bit of wood. And then that fits beside the swing away controller on my laptop, or on my tabletop here, and it's controlled by an Android tablet. So that's me flying it there using my glasshouse. So this video will show you a bit more detail of how it works. So this is what I see on the tablet. And it's very good the way it's set up. There's lots of different this is just flying from the house, so there's the ping pong balls that I can use to fly around. Very high-tech solution made by my dad. And there's me using the glass house again. So I can click there and go into the different options. The one I'm using here is called tap to fly. And wherever I tap on the screen, the drone will fly that direction. This is a couple of weeks ago, just as the snow was starting to melt. So you can see here on the bottom left, that is the GPS position of the drone. And then I'm tapping on the screen just to turn the drone around a little bit. On the right there, I can control the camera up or down. And then you tap over the horizon to go up, and then up above it to carry up a little higher. So to bring the drone back home again, I can just click return home, and it will come back to the exact position that it had taken off from. So it goes up to 30 meters just so it doesn't crash into anything low, and then it will come back directly to where we took off from. So I'm just sitting in front of our house, flying this from the patio. And I've spread this up a little bit. Oh, that just cut off the end of the movie there, but it's good for timing anyway. This is just a picture I had taken from the drone, and that's just beside the house of the snow melting. The next one's just down the road a little bit. That's the local chapel. This one here is a picture from the local boat builder. They had an annual rib raid over to Scotland, so that was just a picture of them all leaving. The next one is my best friend got married there back in the summertime and asked me and my brother to be best men at it. So that's just a picture we took, and we made him a video of the venue as well. And there's a quick one of Cushendall looking over to Glenarth. And that is the triathlon that was going on in Cushendall as well. So there's lots of different things you can do with it. So that concludes the end of the presentation. And if anybody has any questions, we're ready to hear. It's a bit difficult sometimes.
How are you doing, Gareth? My name's Brenda Arthurs. I'm Assistant Director for Nursing and Primary Care within the South Eastern Trust. That's absolutely amazing. What I want to know is, did you get any help searching all of that, or did you have to find all your own solutions?
It was, whenever I first came out of hospital, my brother was trying to come up with different solutions for us through a Raspberry Pi that it's very customizable. And then when we were trying things like that, it was really kind of struggling with the voice pickup and things. And then he had seen the Amazon Echo that was coming out. And then just through that, we were able to see different things. So it was out in America first, so we were able to find out just through different Facebook groups what things are out there and what's coming out. So basically we did it all ourselves and just found out different solutions from that.
Really tremendous. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi Gareth, thank you. My name is Bob Brown. Really inspiring. The first thing that comes to my mind beyond your tremendous story is there's so much potential here for older people who will be at home, often isolated and vulnerable, who may have a real issue with confidence using technology. Mm-hmm. And I imagine you've some thoughts on that and could maybe give us all some encouragement about how we would embrace technology and enable older people to use technology going forward.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the main aims, is that a lot of people are kind of intimidated by the name technology, and it's just to show really that you don't need to be spending a lot of money to get these things to work, and it doesn't take very specialized people to come in and set it up. Like, it's all done through apps, and if you can download an app and use that on your phone, you can have this set up, or even someone else in the family could come and set it up in somebody's house, and it's just a case of asking it questions, or if somebody calls to it, it's just the same as answering a phone. So it's really just a case of embracing it, and it is not as difficult as people may think.
Okay, maybe just one more. If anyone else has got a final question?
I'm truly amazed. My sister, my daughter, works in a rehab unit in London. It's called Headley Court. She works with a lot of people like yourself who've had accidents mostly through sport. She would be amazed to meet you. She would be amazed at your technology. I'm just wondering, do you ever do any talks anywhere else? Would you be interested in doing it?
Yes, I've done another talk before. It was for a housing conference for the Royal College of OTs. I did that last year. One of the things I kind of found, or the reason for setting up the website, was just different people coming into the different OTs coming into the house. I was just showing this is what I've got, and they were amazed. So I was just they were asking how we could get this kind of out there so people could see it. So that was the main aim of the website, was just to show people the different things, what I have and what you could have and set up in your own house as well.
You through the website then, just to get
so
more
all
information?
the information is going to be up on the website, assistivtech.co.uk, and there's stuff up there at the minute, and I'll be adding things to it to really just kind of bring it up to speed.
Thank you very much, Gareth.